It is Friday morning, which means it's Friday Live, and I am super excited to be sharing my tips with you. So ladies, this morning, we're going to be talking about how to cover your upper arms. And this has really been a request that many of you fab girls have made, and so I'm doing a video on this. I actually did a video on this quite a few years ago, but I definitely think it's time for an update. You know, those days I was doing these little 3-minute quick videos. And today, ladies, get your cup of tea or coffee or whatever drink you want, because this is gonna be a long one. I have 7 tips for you on how to do this. So first of all, I just want to start the conversation by saying welcome. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. It's so wonderful to have you. And if you're coming back like my regulars, Celestial, I see you, Renita, fantastic. Awesome, Renita. I'm so glad you can join us. There's a couple of you joining us. Give me a heads up, ladies, on the chat and let me know that you're here. Rennie, fantastic. So lovely to have you fab girls. Now, for those of you who are watching the replay or are not able to engage, welcome. It's so good to see you. I hope you are logged in and signed into YouTube. If you're not sure how to do that, all you need, ladies, is a Gmail email address. So you can literally just go to your YouTube. There'll be a little on the top right hand corner, you'll see either a sign in or a little person with a blank because you're not signed in, and you can simply put your Gmail email address in there, your password, and you'll be able to engage with us, which is brilliant, right? Because that way you can ask your questions and I can answer your questions. The way I'm going to structure this, ladies, is to give you the tips in the beginning of the video. I'm not going to answer your questions right the way through because it's just easier for people who are watching the replay, and then I'm going to open up for Q&A. Also, hang tight to the end of the video, ladies, because at the end of the video, I'm going to be telling you 2 new developments that are happening. One is going to be that I'm actually launching my very first online style course, and it is on how to discover your personal style, which is going to save you time and money. I'm super excited about it, and I have a special, very limited offer for you fab girls, special that you want to hear about at the end of the video. If those of you on replay miss it, the details are in the description below if you just want to get them super quick. Okay, so ladies, I'm going to start out by saying there are no rules about should I hide my upper arms, shouldn't I hide my upper arms. I don't, as you know, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I do not believe in a set of rules, and I certainly don't want you to be doing it because you feel like you need to follow a set of rules. More that you're doing it because you feel more comfortable. If that's the reason, fabulous. If you're doing it because of other people, maybe reassess that. But these tips will help you regardless. I even have a tip, so if you are showing your upper arms, how you can do it more stylishly, and also kind of as you're feeling a bit more comfortable. I've noticed here in New York, it gets hot during summer. I don't know about where you are, but I see a lot of upper arms being shown. Loads. Tons. I personally quite like my upper arms. I used to not. In fact, when I was in my 20s, 30s, didn't feel that comfortable. I actually feel a lot more comfortable. Isn't that amazing how it is? Like often as we get older, we feel more comfortable. But I have kind of worked on my upper arms and I really like them. I quite naturally, for my body size, have quite big upper arms, I think. But you know, we all have our things. So today I'm covering it purely just to show you, and also it's still chilly outside, but I'm very comfortable. So I think it all depends on where you're at. Okay. So tip number 1 is to wear 3/4 sleeves. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you will have noticed that I'm a huge fan of 3/4 sleeves. In fact, I designed my own collection predominantly with 3/4 sleeves, and I generally have 2 levels that are kind of 3/4. So either I take it to where this is here, so it's just kind of beyond the elbow, which often women quite like because they're nervous about showing kind of this area. Oh, so dry because of the winter. I mean, my skin in New York winter has been quite something. All right, so this kind of level is really good. And then also something slightly longer. So you'll see I work with, so for instance, this top, which I spoke about last week. Now, I've designed most of my clothing with 3/4 sleeves because I find most women feel more comfortable. So this is actually more of a 3/4 sleeve, and it can also flip up. which is really lovely. One of the reasons why I love 3/4 sleeves is because there's a lot of crazy weather, like this interseasonal weather's crazy. And I also get sunburnt really easily. And so I actually need the sun protection. Really, I do. So this I quite enjoy. And then I also do, and I'll tell you just now, ladies, because I've got a 30% going on my collection. I only have a few things left because I'm not producing for quite some time. And because these are produced in South Africa and I can't produce them here right now. So this is also a lovely length here. So these are really great because they actually cover your upper arm, but they still show enough of your arm. And it really makes women feel a lot more comfortable for those who don't want to show. Now, the key is to really make sure that you're wearing fitted garments as well, because you don't want to wear big baggy things. So, sometimes you get that wide t-shirt type of, 3/4 sleeve or sort of mid sleeve, and then it's a baggy t-shirt. Now that's going to make you look wide right away across. So that's the next, is that when you are wearing 3/4 sleeves, any sleeves actually, and especially because, if you've got big upper arms and you've got boobs, you don't want to make all of this look like it's one thing. You want to show some definition. So when you have something more fitted, well, then you actually see the natural definition there, and it creates that gap. Super fab. That makes a big difference because then it's much more slimming. Okay, the next thing is to wear flared sleeves. Also, I'm a huge fan of flared sleeves. So I tend to wear something like this, a little bit of a flare that also tends to balance the top part of your body. You may have recalled that often I talk about balance, and I talk about flared, fit and flared dresses balance your hips. Well, flared sleeves can also balance your top arm because it makes, when the width of the sleeve is as wide or wider than your upper arm, it automatically makes it look slimmer. So an example of that would be, so you may have seen this on Ashley for her makeover, and you'll see here is a flared sleeve. Now this is a long flared sleeve, and you can also look out for something this spring, ladies, that is a sheer fabric that will then, or maybe a very light cotton that will give you that flare here, and that will also balance really nicely to the top. It makes a big difference. Lots of women really, really like that. The other way that you can show a bit of arm without showing a bit of arm is one of my favorite styles. I've actually got this in 2 different styles. This is a scrunch top. This is one of my clients actually called this the magic top because it really does work really well. But what I want to show, what I want to emphasize here is the kind of slight cold shoulder look. And that works really well because you're covering your upper arm in a way, you're only showing a small piece of it. And so that way it cuts it, and you're not showing kind of this underarm bit or the full width of your arm, but you're still showing a bit of shoulder. It can look very sexy and very fun. You can check this out on my website. I've got 2 different styles with this sleeve, and it's really very popular. In fact, I think I just have this one left and another one in the other style. So you can check that out. Also, what you want to do is work with fabrics, because as we get into summer and it gets hot, you may want to look for fabrics that give you a bit of breathe room, that are cooler for you as you go into the really, really summer months. And this can be pretty challenging. However, what you can do is, if you find a sleeve that you really like, but it's too long, say for instance, there's now into spring, you go into a store and there's something that you quite like that's in a nice breathable fabric, you can wear it for now, and then when it gets to summertime and you need something slightly shorter, just have it altered, ladies. It makes a huge big difference. Okay, now we're going to talk about the short sleeve. If you are going to wear a short sleeve and it's going to show part of your upper arm, what you might want to make sure of is that you don't wear a sleeve that cuts you right at your widest part of your arm, because that is going to emphasize it and it's going to make it look wider. It's going to make it appear wider. What you rather want, so usually those sleeves will sit here, or they'll sit that kind of cap sleeve type of thing, you know, where there's just that little bit of cap and it sits right at an angle. I mean, I don't know what they're thinking really, but you know, it sits right at an angle right across the widest part of your arm. That is going to make your arm appear wider. So either wear it a little bit longer, okay, or actually go sleeveless. It's better to go sleeveless in that way, ladies, and then wear a thicker strap. So either, you know, a top that's just got no sleeve there, or that it's got a thicker strap versus a very thin strap. A thin strap can make this seem wide in comparison, whereas if you have a slightly wider strap, that will actually help to balance. You know, you're just thinking about balance, ladies. No one's perfect. Nobody has a perfect body. We all have got things that we don't like about ourselves. It's just about knowing what suits you. The other way of going about this, and this is really also a great way of looking at it, is if you're going to wear a short sleeve. Because listen, ladies, some of us just get too hot to wear longer sleeves or three-quarter sleeves, right? I mean, it's fine during this spring season and during fall, but during summer, we really need something quite light and breezy. Another way of doing it is to wear a short sleeve, but a very flared sleeve. Okay, so this is also the same kind of top as this one here. In fact, this is the last one I have left. This is a flared sleeve, and so then the flare makes your arm underneath it look narrow in comparison. All right, so opposed to like a really tight short sleeve, this would work really well because it works like a peplum for the arms. Okay, so the flare is wider, so therefore the sleeve, the arm underneath looks a lot better. Okay, so let me just see if I have covered all of that. Yes, then the last one. Okay, so the last one that I have is when you do need to cover, okay, where is that piece? Yes. When you do need to cover your upper arms, and listen, it's a great trick to use this time of the year. I do this myself just for a layering perspective, is a body stocking is a great way of doing that. So it's a thin layer, and because this is, I mean, this is abstract lace, it can be lace as well. It is very deceptive. You will not see what's underneath it. You'll just see a little bit of flesh, but not enough to make it feel like you're exposing yourself. And what's really great is that the texture distracts the eye. So you're not seeing the skin. So, you know, I hear a lot of ladies say, oh, but I don't like the flabby bits or the saggy bits, or my skin, you know, doesn't look so great on my upper arms or on my arms itself. Well, this is a great way to do that. And then you could actually put a cami or a strappy top or a sleeveless top or even a short sleeve top over this, okay, which is fabulous. What I even do with this is also from my collection, what I even do with this here is I actually wear, I'm a little bit naughty, but I like being naughty every once in a while. So what I'll sometimes do is I'll wear a flesh color cami on underneath this, and then it looks like I'm not wearing anything, but I'm covered up. It's quite fun. And then I'll put a jacket over it or just have fun. But you could also put, this is also another way that you can bring color in. So you could wear, you know, those camis that you've got. You've got a nice hot pink cami or a nice bright blue or something like that. You could even wear it underneath. Make use of the camis that you have in your closet, but put this on over it. And that way it will cover your upper arms a little bit. So that can help. Also, you can get some form of a bolero. Quite tough to find. You know, often they've got these dresses, lovely dresses for the festive season or for the party season or for summer season, but then there's no sleeve attached to it, and then you try and get a bolero of some kind or a little shrug. Can be fairly challenging, but you know, maybe look at things now when they have longer sleeves and see if you can find things that you could quite easily shorten a little bit, or that it has the right kind of shape of sleeve that could work really well for you. The last little tip, okay, so I said it was the last one, but I have one other tip that I wanted to mention. And this is really for ladies who kind of want to show the, you know, kind of want to hide the upper arms, but not really, is a split sleeve. Okay, so, and this can even happen slightly further down. This is a dress that I designed a while ago, so it's not in stock any longer. I love it. It's one of my favorite. I actually had my husband bring it from South Africa for me. And it has, you know, it kind of opens a little bit. So this, what this does is that just shows a part of the upper arm. And that automatically slims the upper arm. You know, so it's not showing underneath here, but it's showing part of this. And because it's not even showing the whole thing, it can actually look quite slimming. So that's another thing just to look out for. I don't know if you can find them. You can sometimes have seen split sleeves, like longer ones, that can also really work, ladies. So you've got to look around and see what you can find. But this is just to help you think outside of the box, and shopping for spring and summer, look for things that will help your upper arms look better, or that you feel more comfortable in them. Once again, I say there's no rules. You do not have to cover your upper arms. It's just about how you feel about it. So I can see this. Oh my goodness, I've got all these questions and comments coming through. So that's fantastic. Thank you so much, ladies. So you can start pulling your questions through, because I'm going to open up for Q&A. But before I do that, I just want to say that, just to remind you that I do have a few of these left over. It's from my collection, and it's on my online store. And I have a special discount for you ladies, but it's ending on Monday. So it's a 30% off, which is quite a nice discount voucher. And you can use the code FABGAL30, which is capital F, capital G, the letter 3, the letter O. The details are in the description below in the video, so you can check that out. Go and check it out and see if there's anything that really excites you, that, you know, works for your upper arms. There's quite a few examples I've used here that are actually in the store, so feel free to do so. And then a little bit later, I'm going to, as I'm starting to answer your questions, I'm also going to be announcing about my online store. No, my online course, which I'm super excited about. Hey, Renita. Okay, so my green tea, you know me, on a Friday morning, green tea, always have to have it because I'm speaking so much. Okay, so let me just see here. Hey, Dana, so good to see you. Ellen says, I live in Mississippi and it gets very hot here. Cover my upper arms until summer and then anything goes. Yeah, you know, Ellen, I'm one for, I don't believe that women have to be uncomfortable to look good. I really, really don't think so. And I think if you are super hot and you're really uncomfortable, you know what? Like, I don't know, in Europe, I see women, you know, in bikinis all over the place, looking, you know, feeling completely amazing about themselves. I think we tend to be quite complicated in some ways, but there are some ways that you can wear, you can show your arms and make it look a lot better. Like, for instance, wearing a wider strap on your cami as opposed to a thin strap. You know, maybe having something as a split sleeve, having a short sleeve but flared sleeve. So those kind of tips would work for you. And then, Rainy, I have large shoulders, so how do I hide or make them look more slimming? Okay, so Rennie, that's a different topic. So that's a great tutorial idea. And in fact, that's been requested a couple of times. So I'll have to do a live on that so that I can answer your questions on that one. And then thank you so much, Belinda. She says, I love this video and it's so enlightening. And then Renita, is there another way you can describe the top that is a body stocking? When I put that into Google, well, I don't know, Renita, because to be honest with you, I haven't found many of them around. I actually made them because I was looking for them, because I find also during these crazy seasons, these in-between seasons, it's quite difficult to find something that you can layer that looks nice. You know, just a plain black top is not always that fun. And I have a lot of dresses that I wear interseasonally, that I wear for summer, winter, autumn, like all the time. And so I use the body stocking on underneath it. So it's kind of something I came up with. You could maybe look at like under top, lace top, you know, look for something very fitted though. Something, because it's important that it's fitted. If it's not fitted and it isn't stretchy, it's not going to work. These, I just have a few of them left. I've actually sold out of them because they're so popular, because they are hard to find. This one's super comfortable because it is very stretchy, and I quite like the fact that it's abstract. It's not a lace, like really, really lace ones. But I've made lace ones before. So I hope that answers your question. And okay, let's just see celestial bodysuit. Yes, that's a good, I mean, you can look for a bodysuit, but a bodysuit is different. So this one doesn't have the snap part of it. This one just is a top. It's fairly long as well. So you can tuck it in or you can leave it out of your top, which is quite nice because it's a good layering piece. That can work. I find body stockings a little tricky sometimes. That snap thing is sometimes comfortable, sometimes not. And I think it also depends on the length of your body, you know, your torso, how long or short that is to find the really comfortable one. Also, sometimes the panty part of it shows lines in certain pants. So I tend to go more for this kind of thing. But you can look for tops and see if that will work for you. Karina says, Tracy, lacy and sheer tops cover the imperfections on my upper arms and wear it with camisoles underneath, sometimes the same color or with bright colors underneath. Absolutely, Karina, that is 100%. Now, the top that I'm wearing, I actually used to make a lot of these and sell a lot of them because the sheer top is, and if it's in a print, so that's the thing. I've made them in plains before, but the print really, really does work because it hides a multitude of things. You can actually see here, this is one of my old favorites. And I mean, there's enough movement and excitement in it that I don't have to wear a cami on underneath it. And I just wear a nude bra and it's fine. But definitely look out for things like that. Just be aware, though, you want something that gives you a bit of shape. You don't want something too baggy because remember, if you look at my first video I did in this series on pattern and print, you'll know that, you know, you want something fitted and something shapely. So that's definitely a way to go. Yes, ladies. So what else can I answer you? What questions do you have? So ladies, while I'm waiting for your answers, because there is a little bit of a delay between what you see and what I see, just because I try and keep the quality of the video fairly good, fairly on par, is so ladies, I just want to say to you that I really appreciate, I just want to take this moment and say I really appreciate how loyal a following you are. You really are loyal, and it means a lot to me, the fact that you subscribe to my channel, that you like and you comment and you do all that kind of stuff. So one thing I do want to say though is that I'm looking at ways of monetizing this channel, because this channel actually does cost me money to make. It costs me quite a lot of time and quite a lot of money to make. So I've actually set up, so for those ladies who really find these tips helpful, and I mean really for those who find it helpful, I've actually set up a donation portal for you that, you know, and donations of any kind will really help me. So ways that I monetize my channel, you know, I sell my collection and that helps to support my channel, and, you know, it helps me to keep this going because, you know, I do videos twice a week, which takes a significant amount of time. There's equipment that has to happen. There's all kinds of things that go into keeping this channel going and bringing you these free tips. And I really love doing it and love engaging with you. So, you know, the ways that I monetize my channel is through my collection, through my online courses, which I'll tell you about just now. And then I've set up there's a super chat if you know how to work that. In fact, in the comment bar, you'll see there's a little $sign. So you can click that. And if you know how to operate that, that should take you to a PayPal account and you can, you know, donate any amount. I mean, there's no donation too small or too big that would really help me. And then also to make it super easy for you, I've set up a donation link. And you can either find it on my channel, you know, on my website, tracygoldfashiontips.com, and you can go to my contact page, it's on there. But then there's also this link that I've set up for you here, and that will take you directly to my PayPal account, which is great because that way you can, I mean, you can see that it's my PayPal account. It's info@tracygoldfashiontips.com, and you can either pay through your PayPal account or your debit or credit card. Simple, really easy. That would be amazing for you. But this is really for ladies who find this very useful and find the tips really useful. And then also I offer, you know, online sessions, one-on-one sessions, and my prices are on my website. I charge $100 for an hour one-on-one so that I can answer your questions. You know, like for instance, the topic today is on how to, you know, cover up your upper arms, but you may have a load of questions that you want answered. And so that's the time to really do it. And what's cool about that, ladies, is that you can see me, I can see you. So we do it on Skype or FaceTime or WhatsApp, or any of those platforms are really amazing. And that's where I can really do deep dive with you and help you create a look that makes you look and feel fabulous. So yeah, so that'll be great. Whatever floats your boat, ladies, whatever you find of value. Now, let me tell you, okay, let me just see. Celestial says, I'm currently knitting myself a laced edge camisole in silk yarn. That sounds amazing, Celestial. That sounds really gorgeous. Isn't it amazing when you can make things for yourself? I have to say, I do miss the sewing a little bit because I make my own clothes and I don't have my sewing machines here in New York. But I'm managing. It's fine. It's fine. There's so many great things around. And then Renita says, I love 3/4 sleeves. It can be worn in summer too. I agree, Renita. I think 3/4 sleeves actually can be worn year round. So I personally, you know, when I done my collection, I design it so that it's really valuable right throughout the season. So for instance, you know, with this dress here, this is actually the last one here. Whoops, there we go. This one you could wear in wintertime with a body stocking or even a thermal top on underneath it. So it covers your chest here and it gives you full length sleeve. And then you just put your coat and your leggings and your thermals on underneath. I wear a lot of dresses in wintertime. Or then you wear it in springtime or fall with just the body stocking on underneath it. Or then you wear it on its own, you know, for summer with a pair of sandals. I mean, it's fabulous. I love that. It's just awesome. Yeah. So also, ladies, just to let you know that the donation link that I put in the chat below here is also in the description below. So you can check in the description of the video. But you can also go to my website, tracygoldfashiontips.com, go to the contact page, and it's right there. And it's safe, ladies. I've checked it out. It's completely safe. It's completely authentic. There's nothing dangerous about it. PayPal is a great platform that protects your credit cards and your credit card use. So yeah. Okay. So ladies, any other questions? And if you don't have any further questions for me, then I'm going to tell you about I'm super excited to tell you about my online course. I just developed an online course on how to discover your personal style. So personal style is just so important. If you know me by now, if you've been following me, you know me that I really encourage women to create a personal style that reflects who you are. And so I know that my videos give some form of insight and, you know, little tips here and there, but I've created an online course that is really going to take you through a process on how to discover, define, and refine your personal style. And the great thing is that this is going to save you time because it's going to be really easy for you to get dressed in the morning and pull together your outfits with no problem. It's going to save you money because you're not going to be buying a bunch of clothing that you don't wear or that you don't love. And it's going to make sure that you have a closet full of clothing that you love to wear. I mean, how exciting is that? So this is actually launching next week, but as a special for you, I have a pre-launch special and it's actually 40% off. So if you go onto my website, and I'll put the link, I've actually put the link in the description below. I'll put it there now as well in the chat so that you can utilize that if you want to. So all the details are there on the course, but I'm offering, and it's just until Monday, ladies. So Monday, the 8th, April 8th, you'll be able to go and get a 40% off on the course. So, and then as soon as it launches, then I will send you a coupon to go into the platform and to have that course for yourself. I'm super excited about it. I've taped it, I've worked with it. There's a whole bunch of, so there's video content. So there's a lot of video content from me. And then there's also worksheets. So I give you exercises that you need to go away and do, some that you can do right there and there. There's downloadable worksheets. There's also downloadable resources. So I've created my top tips sheets that you can take with you when you go shopping. So it helps you when you're shopping and that you can shop for your personal style. And we cover everything from, you know, how to define and figure out what your personal style is. We assess your existing look at where you're going, look at the fears that you may have about creating a style that really suits you and reflects who you are. We look at then who inspires you, what kind of styles do you really love, what kind of clothes do you really love to wear, and then how to shop for your personal style and how to do that on a budget. Because, you know, we're all on a budget, ladies. No matter how small or big our budgets are, we all budget. And so it's really about making sure that you spend less and wear more and feel fabulous in your clothes. So I'm super excited. I hope you'll take a look at that. Oh, Dana, thank you so much. I really, listen, and I just want to shout to you ladies, because I reached out to a couple of you and I said, listen, you know, I've moved to New York. It is an expensive city, ladies. It's really, I mean, and I love filming here. I love taking you around and showing you around New York. But, you know, I have to monetize my channel, and I have to find ways of keeping it going. And so I actually reached out to a couple of you and asked you, well, you know, would online courses be a good idea? And you were like, yay. And even those ladies who answered my poll, you know, are you interested in a course? I mean, more than 80% of you came back and said, yes, I'm absolutely interested in that. So thank you so much for your feedback. I really, really appreciate that. And yeah, I just hope to continue to keep bringing you these tips and making you, you know, helping you look and feel fabulous, because that's really what it is about. So ladies, I hope you have a great weekend. Let me know in the comments below. You can go over to the replay. I'd love to hear your comments and your thoughts about these tips. Which did you find most useful? Which do you think you can implement in your own closet? I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to engage with you. Thanks so much, ladies. Have a great day. Bye.